Hello and welcome to this episode of my YouTube channel, which is about the Peregrine Mission One failure. US launched lunar lander, the Peregrine Mission One, on January 8, 2024, but the mission was failed to land on the moon. After separation, the team started to send command to the lunar lander to start the mission toward the moon. They go one by one. And almost in final stage, they want to have the helium from helium tank go to the oxidizer. They open a valve in the helium tank side which worked perfectly, but the valve in the oxidizer tank, it's open but it could not close and it could not reseal. So the high pressure helium rushed into the oxidizer tank, and in 1 minute the oxidizer tank broke down because it is not designed for that high pressure. As you can see from the picture, there is a rupture on the surface of the oxidizer tank. Again, a valve is failed, which is very common in the space industry. But why this valve is failed? Until recording this video, there is no official investigation report about why this valve is failed. But I want to make some hypotheses. Maybe it is interesting for an audience who wants to know more, maybe have some guess about it. The Peregrine Mission One is made by Astrobotic. Astrobotic is a private company, and as usual, private company wants to reduce the cost, which is good. They make a contract with the company named Frontier. This company developed a new technology for a propellant which can survive in the freezing temperature. The Frontier mixed nitrogen oxide with the monomethyl hydrazine, which can tolerate the temperature from minus 40 degrees Celsius up to 27 degrees Celsius, compared to the current technology, which is only tolerated from 7 degrees Celsius up to 21 degrees Celsius. This new technology, which survives in the freezing, saves money and also save some mass, dry mass from the propulsion system, so they can increase on the payload capacity. Frontier company make collaboration with Dynatic company in order to manufacture this propulsion system. I come with 5 reasons for malfunction of this valve. Number 1, they probably bought a valve with the industrial grade and use it in the Peregrine Mission One. This was happened in the Falcon 9 failure in 2015. And this industrial grade component cannot tolerate the acceleration force during the liftoff. And I hope they didn't make this crazy mistake again, and they bought all the components with the aerospace grade. Number 2, the new technology is tested for minus 40 degrees Celsius in the laboratory, but they never tested on the real mission. Maybe in the real mission the temperature less than minus 40 degrees Celsius, that this valve cannot work under this low temperature. But one objection for this reason is that the other component work perfectly until they reach to this valve. So if there is a temperature below minus 40 degrees Celsius, then other components should also fail. Number 3, the time of exposure to the negative temperature. Because this valve was in the last part of the checking the functionality of the component, maybe this long time in the negative temperature affect the functionality of the valve. But one objection for this reason is that after the failure of this valve, if the team can operate the other component without any problem and send command to re-enter the lunar lander to the Earth, so the exposure time of the negative temperature could not affect the valve functionality because it didn't affect the other component which they also work after the failure. Number 4, not enough test. I'm pretty sure that the valve is tested to minus 40 degrees Celsius in the laboratory on the ground. But during the mission, first the valve tolerate the lift-off acceleration force, and after that went for the minus 40 degrees Celsius. During the liftoff, there may be a small crack initiated or a small manufacturing debris is released, and when the lunar lander exposed to the negative temperature, either the crack grew or debris tightened the tolerance of the moving part, and it caused the valve to fail. Number 5. It was the first time that these three companies, Astrobotic, Frontier, Dynatic, worked together for this mission. Maybe they missed some standards, some tests for this valve. This communication problem and management problem also happened before for the Falcon 9 failure and moreover for the orbital ATK. All in all, Astrobotic did his best job to either land on the moon even with this problem or crash the lunar lander on the surface of the moon to get more data, but it was not possible. I share a link in the comment below. You can get more information about that. I hope you enjoyed this episode and wish best for the Astrobotic for the next try on landing on the moon. See you again with another space failure analysis.